Well, Salma, thanks for taking the time out of your day to talk about your marathon training. Just real quick, how much running experience do you have?
I started taking it seriously and joining races and so on in 2018. I just decided to join the Munich half marathon, and my farthest distance was 7 miles, and I just joined the race. And yeah, it was funny. I just wanted to finish, and I finished it in 2 hours 38 minutes. And then 2020, I got my injury, but at that time I had really some goals to have to improve my speed and to run more, and I had some plans and so on.
What were the biggest challenges you were having with your training? You're going from only
Yeah,
half marathon to an injury to now running your first marathon. What were some of the challenges you were having prior to us working together?
yeah, of course, I always had the fear to get injured again. The stress fracture that I had, I knew that it was overuse of the muscles. It was a mental challenge somehow, that I don't think too much about the pain, like you told me always, that you just focus on the positive thing, and if you think about it, it will come. This is really true. When I started with you, because you also include strength training, I had a better feeling that it's not always running. It's not that I'm going every day, adding some more kilometers, trying to improve my speed. Because every day I was going out to run, I just want to run fast, or I don't give myself even time to enjoy the run itself. When you gave me the program, and I knew that strength training is really a main part of the program, and this is the thing that will help me to finish my marathon and to feel strong, and not only that I go and run fast.
And so, with the fear of injury, because I know strength training was something you'd never done before, you were brand new to it. In the very beginning, you sent me a message, I don't want to get injured. I don't want to get injured. I don't want to get injured. And so, kind of walk me through
Yeah.
that process in the very beginning of the very first time you started lifting weights with the fear of being injured. What was kind of that process like?
In the past, I really hated the gym. If I think about it, it's mainly because I don't know what I'm doing there. So I get some plans, but I don't know what benefit I can get from these workouts, for example. And I was not interested even to ask. I like running, and I'm not interested of anything else. So so it was for me like this. But when I started watching your videos and we started talking, and if you remember the very first weeks, I got also chest injury. I didn't know that the pull day doesn't involve the chest, for example. I didn't know at that time. So I didn't know anything. So I was just afraid to lift weight again. I'm afraid of everything. I don't know what's happening to my body. I don't know which exercise uses which muscle. I know the leg day, for example, strengthen my leg, but how, I also don't know. So it was really for me like a very beginner, although I was going to the gym for around 2 years before I called you the first time. But during these 2 years, I was just going, I'm bored, but I have to do it to be a bit stronger to avoid injury, but I don't know what I'm doing there. So I just get the plan and follow it.
What was the differences you noticed between working with me and having my program where it's laid out, walking you through and introducing you to everything, to just getting a random plan from a personal trainer? What were some of the
Yeah.
differences you noticed, and how did those differences really help you?
Yeah, the big difference was that you were talking about strength training to help with running, because any other plan I got, it was from people who are actually against running. They are talking to me, running is useless. Why do you run that far? Why do... So when I hear that, I know that this person is not interested about what I'm saying, and yeah, they just give me a plan that they are convinced about. So the biggest difference was that you were talking about how we are using our muscles running, even the shoulder. I never thought I have to strengthen my shoulder for the marathon. Why should I? It's only about legs. So this was at least my thinking. But for example, after the marathon, I really felt my upper back is really, really hurting. And I was thinking the next day after the marathon, Tony was really right. It's really using my upper back. I never thought I have to strengthen my upper back. Why should I exercise upper body at all? So this was my thinking. But as I started working with you, it was completely different, and it went in complete different direction for me. And I didn't skip any gym day unless when I was sick, for example, but I wanted to go. It was not as boring as before, and I had a goal, I had a target, I know why I'm going there, so it was completely different.
That's
No
awesome.
comparison.
Love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. How long into the process did you feel like things started to click, things started to make sense, you started to see the benefits of strength training?
I think it was after a couple of months, or this was at least my feeling. First couple of weeks or a few weeks, my body was always hurting. I also wrote you, I think that the soreness never goes away, but afterwards my body just got used, and I'm doing the leg day, second day I'm running, it's okay. And the recovery was taking much shorter than I expected. Even, by the way, after the marathon, I just told myself I have to stay at least 1 week just as a kind of reward for me. But I was feeling today, no, I cannot stay longer. Tomorrow I will go running. It's over. The rest is really over. So after the marathon, I spent only 2 days with soreness, which I never expected. After a couple of months, I think I really realized that my body is recovering much quicker than I thought.
Aside from just your body recovering, how else did you notice that the strength training was really helping, especially on a longer run? Did you notice any differences?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Because also of the injury, I used to get some pains after, for example, 7 to 10 kilometers. And this was really getting better with time. I don't remember when exactly, but it was really getting better every time that I don't get pains. I can go further. I can up hills doesn't really, I don't struggle as before on uphills, for example. And also on the race day there was lots of uphills and everyone was walking, but I could run the uphill until the end of the race, and it was okay. I could really go. It was not easy, of course, but I could do it.
That's awesome. That's the power of strengthening your legs. And so, what would you say to someone who is on the fence with working with me? What would you tell them?
Yeah, I highly recommend it, really, because it was really for me amazing experience. I never thought I can finish a marathon, and especially with the injury I had, I never thought I can even dare to sign up for a full marathon. But the first video I watched for you, I was just convinced that this is something different. It's really different. So it's not just everyday running, and this is exactly why I got injured. So I really like the program and how the strength training is, let's say, designed for running and for running long distances and to strengthen the body to manage that distance without getting injured. So it was really, really amazing.